last semester, my first semester here, I ended up taking a polls class, and within the first day, it felt like the professor was trying to scare me almost by talking about how she was communist.
Howdy y'all, it's Will with Texas Scorecard. Today I'm at Texas A&M University asking students what the political climate of the campus is and if they've had any crazy reactions from professors in the classroom. Let's get to it. So, do you think that the political climate, like the culture on campus, is more liberal or more conservative?
You know what? I would say it's kind of split. Because I definitely see, other acts of like protests, like people exhibiting like their First Amendment right, free speech, and that's really supported by the campus itself. But I also see people opposed to that, and so I kind of do see a split both ways.
Definitely more conservative from my experiences on campus.
I'd probably go with conservative too. A&M kind of traditionally is known as, where more of the blue collar type people go. I think being the Brazos probably does that too, but I'd definitely say it leans more conservative.
I would definitely say it leans a lot more conservative here.
I would definitely probably say more conservative. I know historical wise, it's been more conservative, like Christian, Catholic, stuff like that. I see some like liberal leaning here and there, but it's typically more conservative.
I think more conservative overall. Most of my teachers, I'm a political science major, and most of my teachers tend to at least appear more right of center. They're pretty good about giving kind of a center opinion, but overall they lean more right of center in my opinion.
So have you had any wild liberal professors say any crazy stuff in the classroom? Like weird, wild stuff that you're just like, what?
No, none of my professor is having, quote, crazy liberal stereotypes.
I have not had any yet either. I've taken a couple polls classes, but all my professors have been pretty moderate.
No, honestly not really.
I haven't experienced any of that. I think there's some professors who kind of have to walk on eggshells just because that's a big thing now. They don't want to get fired for not being inclusive. So I'm sure there are some professors here, but from what I've experienced, they're pretty fair to every student, and they're not singling anybody out because of DEI.
Have you ever felt the need to censor yourself in class for a grade or an assignment or anything like that?
No.
So have you seen any instances in class or on campus or otherwise where professors are pushing like some crazy DEI liberal or liberal stuff like that?
Honestly, I was nervous about that coming into college, and last semester, my first semester here, I ended up taking a polls class, and within the first day, it felt like the professor was trying to scare me almost by talking about how she was communist, and I knew it was a class about government, and so I ended up dropping that class after the first lecture because I just didn't want to be taught by that professor, and so I think that would have been my only instance, because I think I'm very careful about not picking those professors and picking professors that are very careful about not speaking one direction or leaning one way politically.
Do you think there's a lot of professors on campus who would want to push communist or DEI agendas?
I think there's a couple professors I take that would probably lean more liberal. I think a couple have made a point to say like, hey, I'm not teaching from one standpoint. Sometimes I'll hear comments and be like, maybe that's a little bit more liberal leaning. But for the most part, I don't think I've experienced that here, which has been really awesome.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me today. Until next time. That's my last question for you is, do you think that students as a whole, or just people in general, should be dressing better?
Yeah, it's practical. I think it looks nice. Yesterday it rained like anything, and I was dry. Can't say anything about anyone else about being dry, but
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Texas Scorecard is the place to learn about Texas politics. Be sure to click the bell, like this video, and subscribe if you believe in citizen-driven journalism. You can also go to texasscorecard.com to read all things about Texas. Texas Scorecard, real news for real Texans.